Okay, hello there. I think it's Nam Chang. Sorry, my Korean is not so good. My name is Bev, and I'm an ex-IELTS examiner, and I'll be giving you some feedback today on your task 2. Okay, so let's just check your word count first of all. Let's check that you're within the correct amount. 254, perfect. Okay, great. Moving into the 21st century, the frequency of communication among family members has been a topic of debate in society. It is argued that a lack of communication is prevalent not over families, but amongst many families. I strongly agree with this idea because of the development of technology. Okay, I strongly agree with this idea, and you need to make a new sentence. It sounds as though your opinion, you strongly agree with this because of the development of technology. The development of technology has given you your agreement. Okay, so it's a little bit, make into a new sentence. You can say, I believe that this is true, or this can be seen in, I think that the main cause of this is the development of technology and the change of the demographic factor. Okay, that's not the correct words there. Demographic refers to the population, what's their age, their gender, that type of thing. Okay, so it doesn't quite make sense there. Okay, I think what you want to say is the generation gap, perhaps. Okay, firstly, the advent of the internet, great stuff, lowercase I, but advent is a perfect word there. Firstly, the advent of the internet has dramatically altered the dynamic of family communication. Okay, full stop. Consequently, many young family members tend to spend more time on social media such as Facebook, Twitter, no S, and LinkedIn, capital I, among many others. For instance, most juveniles, not the best word, juveniles is usually used when we're talking about young people in a legal capacity. Okay, so you might want to say much of today's youth, or most teenagers, or most people between the ages of and of, okay, spend more time engaged in uploading their pictures and videos to their Facebook account, communicating with school or cyber friends rather than their family. Nice. Therefore, it is doubtful that they spend the same amount of time communicating with members of their family. Secondly, a change of sociographic factors. Okay, that's not the correct word to use there. You might want to say a change of the social dynamic. Secondly, a change of the social dynamic, such as more women entering the workplace, is one of the reasons for the lack of communication. It's another reason for the reduced amount of communication between family members. This is because women were traditionally at home, involved in housework such as chores. Housework includes chores, okay? So we're traditionally at home involved in housework with chores such as childcare and cooking. In the past, there were more opportunities for children to talk with one of their parents who was either change that to a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad. Okay? We don't really use these terms anymore. Okay, they're not very politically correct. Housewife is not politic, and there is no such thing as a house husband. I know a lot of native speakers use this, but they're just being funny, but it's not right in an essay. Okay, as both parents go to work, take away their children become isolated, so tend to talk more with their friends. So you can say, as both parents spend a lot of time at the workplace, their children tend to their children then consequently spend more time engaged with communicating with their friends rather than their mother or father. Thus, this change in the social dynamic has caused the family has resulted in families communicating less with each other. In conclusion, I wouldn't say the invention of the internet, but perhaps the proliferation of the internet in our daily lives, coupled with both parents now being being focused on the workplace, or both parents being in the workplace, has made the family has caused this chronic lack of conversation between family members. This phenomenon commonly occurs nowadays. So you can say this situation has become very common nowadays. Okay. All right, good. So, you've answered the question. You've given your arguments. You've laid it out well. Okay. There are just some vocabulary that I would change, and you just need to be sure about some of your plural usage. Okay. You've used some very nice vocabulary in places, and that would usually push your mark up to a 7. But because of some use of your word choice hasn't been the best, like juveniles and the sociographic, you wouldn't make a 7 in the exam. You might only end up with a 6.5. So go and have a look at some of the vocabulary and that I've highlighted, and have a look at the way they are usually used. Okay, but overall, very good job. Well done.